Yeah, I'm going off a list. I'm not sure how necessarily chronological in between all of these are going to be, but at least I'm saying per year. I don't necessarily know, because I can't get a full release on all of them. At least not without going through some Japanese magazines, which I don't even know where I'd find. But hi, Doric. It's good to see you. How are you, cutie? So this one, I believe, is just one button. Yep, okay. So, how are audio levels? Does everything, still sound fine? Oop. Yes, here we go. Okay, I just have to make sure things were actually adjusted slightly since the last time. Although I did already have a setting in MAME, to reduce the master volume, so I wanted to make sure everything still came within, expected levels. And also... yeah, that was not a good credit. But you can kind of see what they're going for with this. Certainly unique and a bit impressive looking for 1983, I would say, or 1984. Okay, I'm not sure what rescuing those extra dudes does, but presumably it's something helpful. Also, pay attention to the shot sound effect, because I'm pretty sure this gets reused later on. Even when they move to better sound hardware. Oh, I didn't know where that guy was. Oop. Oh, I missed. Yeah, I just got cornered there. Yeah, I think your best bet is just to knock those other bikers off to the side. I'm gonna try this again. Otherwise, I guess there isn't way too much to say. I mean, there's some kind of power-up tiles, which seem to be something, and then there are other guys that you can carry with you, but I have no idea what they do. Maybe if you, maybe if I actually made it to the end of the stage, that would help. I like the 3D grid look. That's a nice aesthetic, especially from an early 80s raster game. Okay, I see. Those actually replenish your fuel. Okay, I'm gonna try like 1 or 2 more credits of this, then we can move on. This is not the main attraction, I just figured this would be a good starting point because it shows you in terms of style and technology what they were going for. I'm gonna reset. Okay, and again, I have no idea if those purple satellite dishes mean anything. Okay, I guess you can shoot them down. Maybe they give you extra points. And that's really all that matters in this game. I'm not even sure if there are, like, individual stages. Because I can clearly not make it anywhere close to that sort of progress. Yeah, I think this playfield design is rather well done. The only problem is it's really hard to necessarily react when you're put in a situation like that. Or if, you know, you got your fuel too far away and you can't reach it in time. Okay, let's see what I put my next game. Yeah, okay, so next up we are going to be going to a game that I do quite like that does actually I believe this one does have a Switch release. This is Tube Panic. I'll let you hear the title screen jams. Hi, Foxaria! How are you doing? It's good to see you today. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've had a relaxing day. Played an RPG group earlier that did run for a bit, but it was a nice session. Well, it was all the people I knew. So... yeah, that was nice. It just, yeah, it did run long, which is why I had to start a bit late. At least, later than I should. I am trying to get these closer to 1:30, but that just wouldn't be going to be the case today. So yeah, let's start this game. I think you have an idea about, what kind of game it is. It's from the, short-lived tube shooter subgenre, although I don't really start in a tube shooter. We start in, something that looks kind of like Stage 4 of Space Harrier. Fortunately, we don't get any jams during the game itself. I'm hoping the bitrate holds up for this, because it does look like a lot of tiny things moving. So that's fine in my main window. It might not necessarily be as good when it actually comes onto stream. I mean, you can speed up and slow down. I don't really know, like, what the advantage is, other than maybe a bit of extra time bonus. Yeah, that's the thing. This is a very crunchy-looking game. Just a lot of pixels and stuff. Don't think it's quite as bitrate destroying as some other things, but just the fact that you got the far view and everything has to kind of pop in. Hi, Elfie! It's good to see you. How are you doing? I am also a bit eepy, but I've been enjoying today. Yeah, I could definitely see the comparison to Cube Quest. There was a bullet there that I almost didn't see. Certainly it doesn't quite have the technology as that one, but honestly is very impressive looking for a pre-Space Harrier title. And I think that and the title screen music is why I enjoy this one. Oops. Ran into an enemy. Just kind of get pushed back a bit. Unlike some of the other games, you don't actually gain points just by moving. You have to shoot things down. Hi, FaZe! Good to see you. How are you doing? Yep. Looking at some nichibutsu. Been a bit of a meme, I mean... Oh. Okay, normally I can complete at least one of these stages just fine, but... Yeah, Elfie, this certainly would be in line with some mixed rotation hardware. Okay. Maybe they just want you to... Yeah, some of these are weird, but... You know, some people when they see Nichibutsu, they just think of the Mahjong, which is fair, because that was, like, some of their most successful stuff, and their bread and butter, but they did make a lot of actual, regular arcade games during this time as well, so... Kind of focusing on their latter years and some of the interesting stuff, as well as, getting a look into their general style. Things evolved. Well, this was a, and, hello Define Optimist. Sorry, I didn't see you there among the, some other title screens. Oh yeah, that's a nice score. But, keep in mind, Nichibutsu was the one that made Mooncrest. We'll be talking about that later, even though you won't see that today, because that was a bit too early. In fact, that was arguably their first majorly successful arcade game that wasn't just like a clone. They had, officially licensed, Space Invaders, from Taito, so I think that was like one of their first major arcade games after like a breakout clone that I don't know if that was licensed at all from Atari or not. But then they made some other weird stuff like Moon Alien, and then eventually they made Mooncresta and Crazy Climber, which were the most well-known of that period, and some weird stuff that we won't be seeing either, like Dacholer with the ostrich and a very interesting flyer that I recommend you look up. Yeah, they were certainly trying a lot of different things. You can definitely say that. You know, it feels like I use the same amount of... Like, it feels like I am using a bit more power when, I speed up, so I'm not really sure what the advantage is, other than maybe getting through, quieter areas quicker. Yeah, Soldier Girl Amazon was actually one of the, games that inspired me for this, because... in my last random arcade game a couple weeks ago, I kind of ended on that, and just because of that game's difficulty, I wasn't able to show much, but like, that game has a certain aesthetic to it. It's very similar to its contemporaries, so... I'll definitely be getting to that style soon. Okay, I'm gonna be trying another credit. I want to make it past the docking again. And into the actual tube we go. Yeah, I can kind of get what you mean. And unfortunately, there isn't too much. I mean, it basically plays like a fixed shooter. Just, you know, it's... And that too, which is kind of also like Gyrus. Except Gyrus certainly feels different than this game. This game, at least you are moving forward and stuff, so I guess it kind of isn't as fixed. Just, yeah, you can't really move up and down that much relative to the scrolling. You can only kind of manipulate it. But I guess it is kind of in that same subgenre as Tempest and Gyrus and a bunch of other games. Make sure we avoid the holes. Oh. Yes, unfortunately, Elfie, I can't actually do the King's Quest Owl voice, so I can't say that one. I presume there you mean Graham and not, Gordon, but... Yeah, moths aren't really dangerous. I mean, I guess there are some that are poisonous, but even if they were, as long as you don't eat them, you'd probably be fine. I'm not sure if there are any venomous moths off the top of my head. There probably are, so... Oh, I see. Yeah, I was just thinking of the whole watch out, Graham, a poisonous snake. Or, Phase, if you want to go the Homestar Runner one, you know, I swallow your computer. I mean a small bug. Because I think that was a moth. There. Yeah, there were definitely poisonous caterpillars. But, yeah, poisonous is different than venomous, because poisonous is just a problem if you eat them, and they don't want to be eaten, but, venomous ones are actually a problem if they bite you. Yeah, there are some. Like, there are some with spines that are absolutely designed to, get into other creatures and stuff as a defense mechanism. So, certainly with caterpillars, some of them can be dangerous. Although, I think the most annoying ones are just the ones that kind of, hang around all over the place. Like, there was one campsite that my family used to go to that had, like, a ton of caterpillars. I don't remember what exact species of moth they grow into, but it was one of them, and, yeah, but moths are good, and I think that is probably all I can show. Why is this... Hey, let me see what my next game is. that all that I have for 1984? It looks like it. So none of these, most of these don't actually say when they were released, so I think our next one is Cop 01. This is another game that I haven't been able to do that well at. But... yes, long before RoboCop or eSWAT, there's... yeah, I know the year, I'm just wondering about the months. Like, there are only 2 games that I found in this one database that have the actual month listed for its release. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, there probably are some Japanese magazines that may have it, but okay, so how many buttons? 2. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, certainly for 1985, you didn't really have many side-scrolling action games like this one, honestly. Like, this was before Rolling Thunder. Which definitely feel like the bit... like, the whole ducking shot thing reminds me a bit of Elevator Action, which inspired Rolling Thunder. Unfortunately, yeah, there are a lot of things that shoot at you, which can get really annoying. Like, you do have a double jump, thanks to your jetpack, but as you see, I did not make it very far. That is a good question, Dorg. I do not know if this is in fact the first game with a double jump. And you can't seem to shoot down these turrets either. It just makes them even more annoying, because then you could just... oop, I pressed jump, it didn't work. Yeah, and... as you see, you do have a limited, out there. Oh, right, Dragon Buster, okay. Yeah, Dragon Buster, now I remember, that one did. But at least this gives you an actual, like, mechanical reason why you would have a double jump. Yeah, no matter what I do, I just cannot shoot down these turrets, and I don't know what to actually do about them. Especially because running into enemies will still kill you. Like, I guess you can take advantage of the fact that they only really shoot and... but even then, you're still kind of moved forward by the fire. Oh. Okay. Seems the enemies have gotten smarter and also learned how to duck. And also it seems like, yeah, as long as you have charge, you can just kind of continue upwards, so that's gonna be useful. Okay. So it isn't really a double jump so much as it is a rudimentary flight mechanic. Oh, I pressed jump and... Yeah, I don't know why. I pressed jump, but it wasn't jumping there. Oh. Okay, somehow I managed to actually take out that turret. Weird and good, I'll take that. I guess you just have to be really precise with your shots, yeah. Okay, there we go. I don't know, I'm trying to think, like, did 2 Panic actually do that in its intro song? It definitely had 2 parts, and I feel like something changed, but I'm not quite as, musically knowledgeable to necessarily know. And, I think this was already, like, the era of Commodore 64 music and stuff. Okay, I guess you have to wait for your, jetpack to recharge. But at least we finally made it onto the leaderboard. Yeah, we're gonna see about Last Life stuff. But I'm presuming she's talking about the actual background music. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna, like, give it 1 or 2 more tries, because I feel like I am starting to at least understand this game a bit better, even if it still is extremely difficult to actually make it anywhere. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it looks like, yeah, these bats just kind of take off your charge. I guess killing enemies refills it a bit. But it is weird also just not being able to jump if your charge is under 100% or something. Yeah, you can't, Elfie, please! And I don't know why my jump didn't come out fast enough there. I'm gonna give this like 1 or 2 more credits. Unless I find myself somewhere completely, some kind of new gameplay style. Yeah, that is the generation after it. Boy, me like, she Vic on my sit till trying to remember what the other names of some of the custom chips are. Yeah, I don't like this whole jump charge mechanic actually taking away your jump when you, Okay, I think that will be all. Interesting game, just way too tough to actually get anywhere, and so the next game list here. Osmo Police Gal. There's also Dynamic Ski, but I'm not sure. Yeah, let's look at that. Okay, Taio system. As long as it doesn't use analog. Nope. Okay. Left, right, button 1 and 2. This is by Taio system. Not quite sure who they were either. Ah, hey Liddell, yeah, it's good to see you here. Okay, I don't even know how you're supposed to play as. At least did something? That's a foul. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to fill that bar, because mashing the buttons didn't do anything. Okay, there we go. You just have to mash button 1. That's also a foul? What? I don't get this. I'm gonna try this again, but I think we can move on from this. Actually, you know what? Let me see if the flyer says anything about this. Doesn't look like there is really a flyer. I only found the Japanese one. Okay, mashing here doesn't seem to be doing anything. But I passed the 70-meter mark. That should not be a foul. Maybe you have to stay in the middle line? Okay, that might make sense. Yeah, maybe you have to stay in the middle. Come on. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna move on to this. Let's go to the actual game. Cosmo Police Galavan, which this one actually gives you a date, so I'm gonna actually move on to this one later. Yeah, so I think the next one we're gonna be looking at is Magmax. This was advertised as being one of the first arcade games to use an Motorola 68000 as its actual CPU, although they wouldn't always retain that. Yeah, hold on, let's see if I can find the flyer. Yes, an industry first 16-bit CPU, 68,000 base conversion kit game. No. Yeah, just one button. Oh yeah, this has some very neat raster scrolling effects that you can see here. Like, I assume this is not any kind of hardware acceleration, this is just hardware tricks, but just look at the way the perspective moves in and out. Also, in another, what is pretty common mechanic in these games, you can collect parts to upgrade your ship, which I immediately lost, because that's what happens to you sometimes. But you can see if you fall down a hole, you end up underground, where it becomes more of just a regular side-scrolling shmup. Oh look, look at that, we built a whole robot, although now we have a pretty big hitbox. So I don't know necessarily how long it's gonna last. Wow, and we lost it already. Yeah, you could already start to see some of the design cues and stuff that they were putting in there. Some of the ideas that they were into later arcade games and stuff. Yeah, Linalia, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to keep your power-ups here just because of how big you get. Okay, let's stay on the ground for a bit longer this time. Oh, Elfie, I assume by you're talking about the Pac-Man package manager for Arch Linux or something, are you? Oh, I'm gonna reset. Already, back in 1985, producing technically impressive hardware and some pretty neat-looking arcade games. And pretty weird-looking enemies. I wonder if you can get the legs. I presume you can, but unfortunately I lost that and my arm upgrade. Yeah, that's a good question, Doric. I'm not sure if there's any information about this on Shmuplations or something like that that maybe the developers could actually be able to give you information about, but... Oh. Oh no. Yeah, this did get a Famicom port. I do remember that. In fact, I think that might have even got localized by FCI or something. Which, by that point, it was already a few years old, so... This is the best choice, but... Someone else already got one of the game I'm gonna show after this. So... Yeah, also a few of these did get computer ports. Was when Ocean then owned the rights to the Imagine label. Honestly, Imagine's whole story is just fascinating. They were like the most rockstar developers of the early 80s. Even had like a whole racing team, and then... But after a while, their games just weren't impressing, and they just put way too much money into some mega games. Of course that was never gonna work out, even if they could have somehow gotten them within a decent time frame. Plus, as it turned out, some of the articles and stuff that were promoting their young developers actually gaining... About, in particular, the face of the company, young developer Bruce Everest, turns out was not quite as successful as it seemed there, with sometimes they would just rent those Jaguars. Yes. Yeah, Nichibutsu certainly liked their giant robots, as we'll see. And their tokusatsu to a lesser extent. In fact, it probably was the inspiration for Cop 01, but... Oh. Shut there, Stalactite. Hi, Mia! See you. How are you doing? I am going to be doing that once this credit is over. Because it is pretty hard to pause an arcade game. Yeah, I think I'll go back up. Yeah, Cosmo Police Skull Valley, the one that I almost looked at before I realized that that one was actually released in December, so we've got some other games to pick up before that one. Fortunately, you can't actually pick up that gun until you got the Gundam head, so... somewhere in there I got an extend. I don't know how I was doing this so well, but... Okay, that enemy just kind of looks like a muffin. Like, you can see that there, right? With the base there kind of looking, very suspiciously like the... actual cup part. I don't remember what you call that. But, like, it's even got the ridges there, like... Why would actually get there? Yes, that is fair enough. It is an oatmeal raisin cookie that has betrayed for someone thinking it's chocolate chip or even blueberry. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of eating blueberries normally, but they're alright when they're in muffins. And they're certainly fine when they're in blintzes. That is my personal food taste take of the day. So what happens if you go down here? Oh, that's just a shortcut back up. A bit counterintuitive, but okay. Yeah, I was hoping for somewhere else, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Oh, those muffins are mean. They, shoot out all 6 revenge bullets. Oh, hey, it's some kind of boss-looking thing. Kind of Hydra. Oh. I wonder if the bosses are only in the, top part, or if they're also in the side-scrolling section. Okay, now we've got a bit of armor, so maybe that will help us. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't actually sweep up bullets, so... Okay, we managed to destroy one of the heads, but then I lost... Oh, never mind, it retreated before we could... But at least we got some different scenery now. And look at that! Right down is also, we're now in the middle of the ocean. Where there still are fire pillars coming out for some reason. I guess they're just like thermal vents or something? Okay, at least you get some invincibility when you actually pick up the power-up, because what exactly is that seahorse doing? Oh wow, this current thing is mean because... Yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid if you're still... You've got all your power-ups. Well, it locks at least my movement controls. And yeah, like here, it's almost impossible to avoid unless you're just extremely lucky and careful. Then still that happens. I want to go back to the surface, but I can't seem to find a hole. Yeah, also keep in mind, 1985 was the year Gradius came out, so actual fully scrolling horizontal shmups were still a pretty new thing by this point. Definitely having one with different modes and this kind of power-up system was also unique. Oh, are we here at the boss? No, we're just in another section already. So now all the enemies are getting tougher. Whoa, that actually jump scared me. Elfie, there is in fact a Macross arcade game by NMK. It is more of a boss, I mean not a boss rush, like a score attack kind of game. You have to get a certain score threshold in each stage in order to move on, and there are like an easy, medium, and hard path. Yeah, it is by NMK. In fact, it has music by Manabu Namiki. And it's pretty neat. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as Scrambled Valkyrie, but... Oh, nice! You got like a whole, You get a whole bunch of letters to put on here. Yeah, Winky Soft. Kinda weird how they weren't. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't actually know that. Okay, so... I believe, yeah, my next one is... Terracresta. I do know that the director for Metal Black actually was a key animator on Char's Counterattack by accident because he was just like working for some animation studio there, and then it turns out that because of the scope of that project, they had to like hire in a bunch of other people to get key animators and animation directors for that. And okay, that's good. So yeah, this is actually a sequel to Moon Cresta, the early arcade game that I alluded to earlier. Yeah, this was the for one of the first one to use a YM3526, aka the OPL1 chip, which you'll be seeing quite a bit later on. So I think some sources said this released around August 1985. So you know what? Actually, let me just enable auto fire for this. Alright, Doric. It's when they see you, cutie. Go for the pets. So yeah, like Magmax, you get different parts that you could actually use to upgrade your ship. But then it also disappears. However, once you get your ship, once you get at least one power-up, you also get your bombs in this game, which is the formation attack. I would like to show that off, but I would need some actual... Wait, you know what? Let me set something. Let me just set it to A. I don't think I... Oh, I guess that's not working for some reason. Okay, I'll just set it to... Oh. Not mean to do that. So yeah, honestly, this is a neat shmup. I do think it's a nice take on the early vertical shooter genre. Certainly better than Xevious. I've said my thoughts on Xevious before. But also, yeah, I mean, the background music is nice. It's got some good aesthetic. Got some unique enemies like those dinosaurs. And then, yeah, also a unique mechanic in the form of the power-up. Like, yeah, you see here that when you got these three, it increases your firepower like that. There's also a bonus if you do manage to get all 5, but I'm not sure if we'll be seeing that. Apparently, just haven't been that reliable in really getting it. Especially when you get hit and you lose all of your power-ups like that. It is also neat that, yeah, the power-ups do different things. I mean, that kind of already happened in Magmax, but... Oh, here's the boss. And that was the boss. Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head how many stages there are. This is one of those infinitely looping games, and there isn't really much of a differentiation always, but... Oh. Wow. The life didn't last too long. And here's another fun fact of this game. Yeah, this did have an NES port. This had quite a few home computer ports. This also had an X68000 port. It was Denpa's... Wait, hold on just a second. Yeah, if you heard that jingle, that was actually... That's the jingle from Mooncrest to there, which they added that in for when you're on your last life, and that'll become a convention in these games, is adding unique jingles for last life there. But yeah, this was the first volume in Denpa's video game anthology series. But it was actually released along with Mooncrest, which you accessed by holding down a key when you started up that game. So yeah, this one was certainly fairly popular in its time. And I could see why. Yeah, this definitely takes that structure where there are technically stages, but they aren't really as differentiated as you would see in games like Gradius. Oops. Can you rub? It doesn't look like it. And I guess Max did kind of have a bit more variety when it came to the locales. Maybe there is something that does change in terms of background, but I haven't gotten that far in any of my attempts at this game. Okay, yeah, I see why you want to go for the dinosaurs. They give a flat 1,000 points. And just the fact that you could also just shoot the ground targets from anywhere on the screen helps. No bombing needed. Oh no. Yeah, this boss becomes trickier when you don't have your power-ups. Well, bye then. Yeah. Oh, I somehow lost my power-up and I don't even know what I did there. Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see that. I guess I was... That's the problem. Sometimes it can be a tight squeeze to get around everything. Which is why that actual 3 power-up really helps, that rear shot. Oh. And 5 gives you this weird sweep thing, which I think might avoid enemies. Oh, I made it up to the second boss. I probably should have formation before it was too late. Okay, I'm gonna give this one more try. Oh yeah, what can I say? I just like this game. Certainly one of the more popular of Nichibutsu's actual video games during this era, but... Oh, okay. Ah, thank you for the pets, Linalia. Oh. You've redeemed a meow, 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 meow. How was that? Was that good enough for you? I guess I should have expected that answer. Oh. Yeah, Cresta was certainly their only series, and we'll be looking at some of them, even if not necessarily all of them, because the last 2 games were on consoles. You know, I always think to myself, maybe I should be using my formations more often, and then I immediately get hit, and I'm unable to use them. I mean, if you want to go technical with the mahjong stuff, I think their first real successful one like that, Night Gal did get a couple variations. It got a Summer Night Gal and I think a bunny version, of course. Well, I say of course, but 1984 was honestly probably pretty early for that aesthetic in otaku culture. Like Daikon 4, I think had just come out. That old Daikon 4 video had come out that same, like a year prior, so I don't think there were quite as many bunny girls as you would think. Oop. Yeah, hi Lum Kitty! It's good to see you. How are you doing? Yes. Because I'm covering a developer who, one of their first successful ones was Bunny Girl Mahjong, and, okay, I guess that technically did, but I don't really care. So yeah, one more credit. Ah, I see. I hope you've been having a relaxing day. Yeah, I also have been. I had an RPG group earlier that kind of went long. So I was both a bit more exhausted and ended up having to start a bit later, but that's fine. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that dinosaur. This one, though, I can. Yeah, but I think Daikon 4 was the first real instance in otaku culture of there being major bunny girl with the protagonist of that one. Yeah, that would certainly be it. I've just been sleepy this whole weekend. Honestly, I tried to take a bunch of naps, but still didn't help too much. As you can probably hear. Oh. A mistake there. Yeah, I'm gonna reset. Okay, there we go. You just gotta be more careful about it, then you could still take out that dinosaur just fine and keep your upgrade. Oh, not if you do that, then not getting your wide shot. There, I didn't even touch the electricity barrier. I just kind of... I got shot there by one of the dinosaurs, I think. And then I got hit by the bullets of the boss there, even after I defeated it. Somehow we're back over here. Yeah, and then there's the boss again. Guess it doesn't stay down until you cross a certain threshold. I pressed the formation button, but it was too late there. Okay, and I think that's all we're gonna be needing for Terra Cresta. The next up is, yeah. Cosmo Police Galavan, released in December. 3 buttons, looks of it, and yeah, this one only used a Z80, but it does still use an OPL, as you can hear. So yes, this is very tokusatsu, at least inspired, if not outright based on. In fact, let's see. This will tell me. Nope, I don't think this was directly based on anything, but certainly feels like it. Okay, so weirdly you got up to jump. Okay, that was sweeter. Oh no. Oh, okay, at least I got a power up here. Which didn't last very long, but... I also forgot to update the game name. I'll just show my next credit. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess this was pre-JAMA, so 3 buttons might have not been standardized. Yeah. Definitely something that feels like it could have used 3 buttons. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay, how do I get off this elevator? Huh? Okay, that's what the 3rd button is for? That's weird. There are 3 buttons, but it's not for anything you'd expect. It's for moving around on these elevators. Oop. Whoa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this also got an NES port, but I'm not certain. Wow. Okay, let's just try going down this way. I mean, the NES still only has 2 buttons. So... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is another of these games where enemies just keep on flying at you, and it can be very hard to predict where they're gonna be coming from. I don't know, I guess the game really wants me to go this way. Can you destroy this? I can't tell. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe when they were playtesting, they found that people just didn't know what to do on those elevators. It still seems kind of weird. Whoa. Oh, that's interesting, Phil. Yeah, I guess I reported to decide to expand this game. I don't know, Lum. The thing is, when you hear about all the games that didn't actually make it into arcades, you do realize that there has to have been enough that got play tested, or at least location tested. Resetting. Also, I'm fairly certain that credit sound is in fact samples, because I guess the OPL could technically do that. I mean, any sound chip could technically do that if you don't care at all about running anything else at the same time, but... Whoa, yeah, sometimes it gets really weird. Yeah, sometimes it's... Oh, whoa, yeah, I was getting attacked right as I started there. But at least I can... I'd have to say in theory, but maybe not in this case. Yeah, okay, I guess for those maybe you want to punch or something. Okay, but at least they're the ones that give you the power up, so... Okay, I got into a new area somewhere. And I can't even tell what I'm doing anymore. Oh. Yeah, I guess the strat is to make sure you're always powered up. Except, you know, sometimes it can be really easy to get hit and then lose your power up. This. Okay. How'd you get down? Oh, there we go. Okay, that was not intuitive at all. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna not worry about these robots. Interesting, they have the credits on the, They actually had the credits on the high score screen. I guess there was, with a game like this, there was no real other way of getting them. Then a lot of companies didn't like having staff display their names anyway. Wow. At least sometimes those bounty things do help you get to the extra power-ups. Wow. Okay. That power-up definitely helps. In fact, even just having the regular gun certainly helps against that those robots. Oh, is this a boss? Looks like it. Wow. Okay, and somehow, I don't know, I'm happy. I managed to somehow beat a stage of this. That's more than I thought I would. Wait, do they not have the arrow anymore? Yeah, that's... Hi, Loot! How are you doing? It's good to see you. And hi, Joran! Sorry, I was focusing too much on the game. Good to see you, too. How are you doing? Really nice to see you here. Yeah, this is certainly a weird game. And I think that will be all, especially because I did somehow manage to get a high score. This is a better high score screen than Terra Cresta, though. Oh, it's even got a rub end. Thank you for the pets. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break for a couple minutes and then we can move on to 1986. So, thank you for the pets, Lanalia. So yeah, feel free to just get up, stretch, get a drink or whatever, and I'll be back shortly. All right, I'm back. I hope everyone enjoyed that break. So I think my the first game that I can tell in 1986, although this database I'm looking at does seem to go off Western releases, so sometimes it might be a bit later. Is Soldier Girl Amazon? So okay, how many buttons does this one have again? So yeah, this one is a 68,000 and a Z80 and just two buttons. Do I want auto fire? I think I do. I don't really know. This is kind of an overhead running gun. At least from what I've played of it. Fortunately, oh, right, you can't go in the water here. Certainly wouldn't be Nichibutsu's only overhead running gun. There even are vehicles and stuff you can get into, but those don't seem to actually offer you that much protection. Yeah, this game is pretty tough, honestly. But hey, it's the first one we've encountered that actually gives you continues, so I might as well use them to get as far as I can. These weird monkey enemies, that's another thing I remember. Oh! I got spidered. I should have seen that coming. And yeah, so here you get this bike, but doesn't seem to offer you any extra hits compared to your normal power-ups do. Like here, when you lose it, you just revert back to your normal pea shooter. It's weird. Like, I guess it makes you a bit faster, but other than that, I don't really understand. Fortunately, even with continues, it's kind of hard to make progress because this game has some pretty harsh checkpoints. Okay, I guess you can power up the bike. Oh, finally, I made it to... So yeah, I guess you're supposed to, like, capture men to bring to your colony or something? It's weird. Can't even advance here. It's not without shooting these down. And weird Pac-Man-esque intermission screens. I had forgotten about that because I barely ever... I usually give up on this game before I even get that far. Just like with a lot of other nichibutsu's game, it's a lot of things thrown at you at the same time that can really make it hard. In fact, of these, I think only Magmax and Terra Cresta were really the ones. I guess 2-Panic kind of too, but that does get a bit tougher. Certainly in terms of crashing into things. Yeah, the vehicle seems slightly faster to me. And I got spidered again. It also can get powered up beyond what your normal shot could, but the problem is when you power down, you still end up with your key shooter, so it doesn't really help much in that sense. And the only way to actually gain power to these chests, but sometimes the chests just have spiders, because apparently the player hasn't suffered enough. Okay, I'm gonna try, like, 1 or 2 more continues, and then... Okay, one more try at this, and then I think we could move on. Yeah, you can't seem to power up your shot that much. But that being said, having just your regular hitbox with your spread shot does seem to be better than... Okay. Necessarily sometimes better than having the bike and risking getting hit. Okay, here's... Wow. And we're still all the way back here. Yeah, I think we're done here. Okay, so this is what the next. It doesn't. I think it has a later date for one of these games. So, next one that I'm gonna be putting at is Mighty Eye. It sounds still messed up. I thought that got fixed in MAME. I know for the longest time this game did not have properly working sound, but it looks like it might here. Okay, how many buttons? 2. Yeah, some of it sounds weird, but some of it still sounds. But yeah, this is also kind of a running gun, except you got a larger sprite and you could actually kick things. So it's certainly unique in that aspect. Oh, I should have. Nope. Yeah, this isn't something you typically saw. I don't know what even happened to that power-up. Ow. And no continues in this one. So I guess the POW refills your energy bar. Doesn't seem to be slowing down that much, so I don't know necessarily. I thought that would be just like a timer thing, but... Oh, come on. Okay. Well, I'm not really talking about overhead running guns. I mean, like, I guess, like, the big sprite kind of thing. Like, Soldier Girl Amazon is more of a, regular kind of running gun. Which we still saw for a bit in the 90s, including BBH favorite Shock Troopers. But... this kind of thing, or like an overhead one where you have melee attacks, wasn't quite as common. Does this have wraparound scrolling? It might. Yeah, it looks like it. This one also feels to me like it's Tokusatsu inspired. Don't know where the guns are. Yeah, all of a sudden the game just stopped dropping guns. It's weird. Okay, don't want to touch that at all. Also, weirdly, this doesn't use a 1. Unlike every other arcade game we've seen so far in this run, it doesn't seem to use a 0 with life. Instead, it starts with 3 and then goes to 2 and 1. Okay, I'm gonna give this a couple more credits. At least we made it to a new area. And yeah, some of the sound effects might still be off because of improperly emulated protection, but I know in MAME this used to sound a lot worse. Like, at least the OPL tunes, you can make out what they're supposed to be now. Even if maybe some of the PCM sound effects aren't correct. It's hard to say, because I've never actually seen a board of this. Right, okay, one more credit. I pressed jump there, but it wasn't coming out early enough. And there, I don't know, I thought I was jumping, but I guess it doesn't always protect you. Okay, so yeah, let's go to this one. This, next game here is one that I am not sure what month it was exactly released, because the database that I have shows it was released the next year. But, this is Ninja Emaki. Also has unemulated protection. How many buttons? 3. So yeah, I know this one is 1ccable. I probably won't be able to do it, but so yeah, it has a sort of Gradius style system where you collect these scrolls, and then you can choose which power-up you want from that. You also get an actual life bar, but as you see, your power-ups are limited. Okay, I'm not sure what button 3 does yet. Oh. But yeah, I think between this one and the overall setting and aesthetic, this is certainly considered one of the better of Nichibutsu's games at the time. Yeah, I don't remember what the strat is. I think you want wave shot, but I haven't even seen another scroll yet, so I don't know. Then we get this kind of maze. Yeah, that's weird. Why is it not giving me any other scrolls? Can you enter these houses? I don't think so, no. Okay. Fortunately, these enemies don't kill you by running into you. You have to actually... Okay, I see. Those arrows are an actual way indicator. Okay, this house we do have to enter. 'Cause yeah, I don't necessarily always want the, unless there's like some other way that I'm just not figuring out how you're supposed to use that power, because definitely want one of the, other power-ups as well. Maybe that's what the protection does, but I've definitely seen it working, so I don't know. You could also hold down the button and you just get a rapid fire with question. I want to make sure I don't have auto fire but set by accident. No. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can figure out what this, how this works. Okay, I guess you could just kind of cycle through it. Also, in the Japanese version, you die in one hit. So, I guess this is a case where the Western version is actually easier. Which was also true for some Toa Plan games as well. Okay, let's try this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So that's how you do it. You press button 2 while you got the scroll active, and it cycles through all the magic. So yeah, I think for the start you want the wave, if I remember. Oh yeah, that's bomb. That's fire. That's like a straight shot that's pretty powerful, but that's a spread wave. And this is a typhoon, which just kind of shield you. And now we're in the yeah, I guess when you're going through this place, the Typhoon might actually be the best option because it just completely surrounds you and kills all the actual enemies that are coming towards you. I could at least get another power-up somewhere. Yeah, the wave is kind of slow, but it does at least effectively deal with enemies. Is there going to be another scroll before the end? Yes, there is. Okay. I'm going to hold on to this until I... Wow, this rock takes a lot of hits. Okay, how far back am I sent? Am I sent all the way back to the beginning of this area? Or not? Oh no, I still got hit there. Okay. At least we managed to beat the first stage. I guess I guess you do want to keep the wave. It also weirdly, yeah, it kind of... Whoa. Still got hit by something there. I guess one of these creatures. I don't think they're quite kappas. No, they don't look like it. Other than the fact that they're green in water and Japanese, I don't think they're actually kappas. Also, unfortunately this way, because you can't actually aim your shots in this section because you are reliant... Oh no, I missed that scroll. Because moving left and right will move your boat left and right. Yeah, I guess they do kind of look like lobsters. I don't know, maybe having the typhoon is also good for this part. Because they're small and they come at you constantly. Oh, I thought I saw a scroll there. Okay, now I did. Yeah. Oop, I still got hit there. I'm gonna say, keeping the typhoon is still a good idea. Oh no, I guess the typhoon and the wave are the best options. You want to use the wave during the more schmuppy sections, and yeah, because this one just kind of, yeah, gives you a double image. Oop. Okay, I guess, yeah, we're back at the beginning of this section here. Oh! Didn't even know you could do that. So I gotta really be careful where I step. Are there gonna be any scrolls soon? Nope, just a skeleton. Oh, there's a scroll. Can I pick it up? Yes, Oh, okay. Let's see if I can continue. I sure hope so. I want to see more of this game. Okay, good. I'll let you continue at the section you died at. Oh no. It's surprisingly easy to slip off here. Oh no. Well, I guess they considered that part beaten, because now I go on to whatever this next one is. Yeah, the wave, I guess, is also useful because it always goes in front of you, even when you're facing somewhere else. Oh. Oh, okay. I shouldn't have run into that. Maybe I should switch to the Typhoon for the second part of the boss. If I can actually find a scroll somewhere, that would be useful. Okay, finally. Because this first part, when it just kind of moves everywhere. For the second part, yeah, okay. I think I'm getting the idea. Maybe not. Maybe that is still not a good idea because those Typhoons aren't necessarily reliable for the specific spot you want to hit them in. Yeah, maybe I should just switch to, Hi, yeah, it was nice seeing you here. Hope you have a good rest of your day, cutie. Okay, yeah, there we go. That was... I'm about to say that was the best option, but then I still ran into something at the end. Yeah, I think here you still want to keep the Typhoons. Okay. I think once again I had the right idea. You want the wave shot so you can focus on dodging. Just my execution was off. Wow. Oh, okay, I think I will be done with that. Maybe I could try doing a full playthrough of that some other time, but let us move on to our last game of 1986. UFO Robo Dangar, which this one is actually labeled 4987, but as you can see, there is in fact a set from December 1986, so that is what I am going by. This is the first follow-up to Terra Cresta. Let me actually add in an auto fire. Because, yeah, I believe this is just also 2 buttons. Yep. Well, 3 it claims. I think we actually need 3 buttons. So yeah, this is very similar to Terra Cresta, as you can see, except that you start out in a full robot form. Fortunately, in that case, you do have a large hitbox, and like with Magmax and Terra Cresta, it is rather easy to get hit. But this otherwise plays very similar. I do enjoy this one also. Yep, same idea, same formation system. Oh. And sometimes feels like it's a bit harder. Your ship, I don't know what it is, the ship feels a bit slower. Like, maybe it's just me, but it definitely feels like it should be moving a bit faster. Let's instead, yeah, let's go back to... Yeah, I don't know why main driver listed as 3 buttons when button 3 doesn't appear to be doing anything at all. Yeah, I guess everything really I say about this type of game is basically already said in Terra Cresta. Just... Oh, I got hit somewhere. Yeah, I just wish your ship was a bit faster. I do also like this music, though. Like, I don't know what specifically it was that attracted Nichibutsu so much to the OPL chip, but they at least put it to good use. And hey, look at that. By getting Weapon 2, we've restored our robot form at least. Oh, come on. And some of the enemies do also move a bit erratically. So I guess you could say that Mag Max was the first game that actually had a robot being built. But hey, here's the boss. Very similar to the one from the previous game. Yeah, that just might be it. Or maybe just the fact that it was cheaper. So that way, Nichibutsu could switch between the hardware. Like, if they didn't necessarily need the 68K, they still put a Z80 in some of their games. Though I think by this point, it was mostly 68K. It's just funny that they advertise that so much as like a feature to operators. Like, hey, look, this is the first arcade game with a 16-bit CPU. But that wasn't necessarily what was gonna make the biggest difference. Well, yeah, that's what arcade operators want to know, but especially because this was still a standard cabinet, so they'd be thinking, oh yeah, what's so special about this thing? But I guess if you did see it in action, you might still have been impressed by the way the floor scrolls. Okay, let's give this like one more try. Okay, this one also has a continue system, so yeah, I guess these games are starting to now, because they didn't always. Or maybe again, it's just that I've been viewing these out of order because one database didn't always have the right information on the exact month, or that, okay, Snowman, that enemy is really annoying. Or it was looking at a later revision or something. At least I have a fighting chance now. Or not, because I get sniped from something right next to me that suddenly popped out of the ground. Oh, interesting. I wonder, like, how much work they did like which works they actually did. I'm sure I could look that up, but not all these games had credits. Some of them would have it in the high score screen that we've seen, but some of them might necessarily not have had it at all, so we may have not been able to tell it, you know. Unless there was like soundtrack CDs and stuff, which I don't think there is for this. Yeah, you know what? How many games are in 87? Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good place to end off here.